The ways of God. When God starts to deal with your old nature, He heads straight for the center of all that you hold most dear. Allow Him to bring you to the cross in the very center of who you are. Don't grumble and become agitated when the process starts. Silence and peace will help you much more than being upset. You'll be tempted to speak out in a humble tone of voice to tell others of your problems. Watch out for this. A humility that is still talkative does not run very deep. When you talk too much, your self-love relieves its sense of shame a little. Don't be angry about what people say. Just follow God and let them talk. As far as people are concerned, you will never be able to satisfy them. Silence, peace, and union with God should comfort you from all that people speak against you. You need to be determined to do right in your present situation, but at the same time, your quick temper requires checks and balances. Come to God often just to sit in His presence and renew yourself. Nothing is as important as lowliness of heart and detachment from your own opinion and will. Stiffness and harshness is not the spirit of Jesus Christ. James 1, verse 19. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters. You must all be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. Philippians 2, verse 3. Don't be selfish. Don't try to impress others. Be humble, thinking of others as better than yourselves. Matthew 5, verse 11 through 12. God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you, and lie about you, and say all sorts of evil things against you, because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. Take up your cross. To bear the cross simply, without letting your self-love add all sorts of dilemmas to it, will make your life easier. When you accept the cross and simply allow it to do the work God intended, you will be happy because you will see what good fruit it's produced in you. When you love God, it will not matter to you what you must suffer on His behalf. The cross will make you over in the image of your beloved. Here is real consolation, a true bond of love. You are bearing the burden of some old ones who can no longer bear their own. Reason weakens at so old an age. Goodness, unless deeply rooted, lessens. All the strength seems to go to the temper. Accept and welcome this burden as the cross. It is a blessing that you have some free hours to rest in peace in the bosom of the Lord. This is where you will refresh yourself and gain strength to go on. Take care of your health and try to take some time to rest and enjoy yourself. As others grow older, you should expect less and less of them. Don't expect too much of yourself either. Luke 9, verse 23. Then he said to the crowd, "If any of you wants to be my follower, you must turn from your selfish ways, take up your cross daily, and follow me." 2 Corinthians 12, verse 10. That's why I take pleasure in my weaknesses, and in the insults, hardships, persecutions, and troubles that I suffer for Christ. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Matthew 11, verse 28 through 30. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." The hidden cross. God has all sorts of circumstances to bring you to the cross, and they all accomplish His purpose. He may even join physical weakness to your emotional and spiritual suffering. Of course, the world may not see you dealing with the cross. They think you are just touchy or prone to fits of nervous exhaustion. So while you are bent double under the hidden work of the cross, onlookers often envy your apparent good fortune. What do you say to God when you are under the work of the cross? You need not say a lot to Him or even think of Him much. He sees your suffering and your willingness to submit. With people you love, you do not need to continually say, "I love you with all my heart." Even if you do not think about how much you love Him, you still love God every bit as much. True love is deep down in the spirit, simple, peaceful, and silent. How do you bear suffering? Silently, before God. Do not disturb yourself by trying to manufacture an artificial sense of God's presence. Slowly, you will learn all the troubles in your life, your job, your health, your inward failings, are really cures to the poison of your old nature. Learn to bear these sufferings in patience and meekness. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 17. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long, yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. Psalm 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. I will be honored by every nation. I will be honored throughout the world. 1 Peter 4, verse 12 through 13. Dear friends, don't be surprised at the fiery trials you are going through, as if something strange were happening to you. Instead, be very glad, for these trials make you partners with Christ in His suffering, so that you will have the wonderful joy of seeing His glory when it is revealed to all the world.